Good morning, everybody, and this is your Dow Jones day trade setup for today. So just popping across the weekly, just want to touch on this trend line. I did put it in a post yesterday. I forgot to mention this, but if you look at this was a trend line that we were focusing on for quite some time. Now, I'm not going to go all the way back in time, but this is what we were focusing for quite a long time, and we've tested it once this year. We've tested it again. We're currently just below it. But there's also a level that we're bouncing off here. So it is a fairly significant area that we need to pay attention to. Now, obviously we have inflation fears, and then we've got supply chain fears. The virus itself is not really a factor. Not even the Russian-Ukraine conflict is a factor at the moment. So this is all driven by inflation and potential rate hikes. So there's so much mixed data going on. Well, not going on, but there's so much mixed data available that it makes it really difficult to put a peg in the ground and say, yes, this is what the market's going to do. So, equities, in other words, indexes that we're trading, are really not indicating that there's a potential free fall coming, but they also not indicating that it's all rosy either. So lots of mixed signals, which just makes it really, really difficult. So I think you just really need to pay attention to lower time frames, and you also need to pay attention to your levels. Pay very close attention to levels. Don't anticipate them just falling through those levels. I don't think that's going to happen. You may just break through levels and just gradually drift lower and continue drifting. So you want to be selling off every pullback, basically. At the moment, you don't want to be selling down here. Oscillators are grouped to the downside. We've got a range bar, and then we've got a pin bar forming on the 8 hour. Not done yet, but it is happening. It is after hours, so it doesn't have as much merit as a pin bar during hours. But if you look there, that was during the European session last week, and then drifted, and then a big move up before rejecting it completely. So let's just get down to the levels that we're looking at. Now, if you look at the 3 hour, you can see every pullback is sold. Every time we pull back, we're sold. But now what we're starting to get is buyers coming in down here. Look at the oscillators. One above the 20, one just below. They've crossed over, not far apart, but they are apart, and starting to point to the upside. I'd be very wary of the situation at the moment, and I am very wary of the situation. Just want to get this channel in. All markets at the moment are in this channel. You need to pay attention to that channel. So let's just get down to the hour. Let's see what we've got cooking today. Now, yesterday was pretty much all over the place. Although we did drift down, there were no real levels. I mean, we didn't tag these swing lows. We didn't close the gap. Now, the DAX was definitely an opportunity, but this market and the S&P, nothing really to write home about. So what I'm looking at is twofold. I'm going to make this a really messy chart now, so bear with me. Okay, so first scenario, we have an inside bar off a level, which is 32,200 or 32,194. Right, so that is a bullish signal. Obviously, I want to wait for a second signal on that, especially if it's an inside bar. So either an engulfing bar or a pin bar in this area, that would give me the confidence. Then I'd be looking for a break above that structure and a hold of that structure for a move to the upside. Problem with that thinking right now is we have a fairly significant pullback here, which is 32,464. So, and we did find support there. I can't say we rejected it yet because we closed above it. So that is the first area of rejection. So 32,464 would be a half decent area with a stop higher up. And we're going to move to the 15-minute shortly. I just want to give you the case for a bottom here. So the case for a bottom is I either make a lower low and the oscillators give me diversions, and we sort of get another inside bar or an engulfing bar, and then we start moving to the upside. This is really a weak channel, a very, very weak channel to the downside. So let's just get down to the 15-minute, because that is very much what you need to be looking at today. And you can see we're in this area here. You can see where the buyers were coming in, pretty much around where we closed, and then we closed down here after hours, came back after hours again and back up. Oscillators indicating another move down. Granted, I would expect that, but I don't want to be chasing that move just yet. So I'd be interested in this area here. So 32,460. If we reject this, you've got a 150 point stop loss, and at least to come and test the lows again, you've got a 360 point gain. So it's a 2-to-1 trade. So that's kind of the area that I'd be paying attention to. If this area breaks, 32,466 breaks, I'd expect us to come and test 32,590. Still not an area to be long. You'd want to wait for a retest to see if you can build a higher low. That would give me the confidence that there is a potential short-term reversal brewing, and you're going to move to the upside, and that would target the gap as far as I'm concerned. So it would be a move up until 32,835. That's the one scenario. But I think your trend is down. You're looking to trade with the trend, so you're looking for a rejection off here, 32,464, and move down. But you definitely want to keep small positions and just look at the hour. While the oscillators are grouped to the downside like this, you don't really want to be going in with the trend on a full position side. Not unless you're still stuck short from up top here, because then all you're doing is you're just dropping your dropping your stop loss below each one of these swing highs and just keep trailing it to the downside. So yeah, I think trend is down. You want to be short, but you want to be short very cautiously. And with this up and down that happened yesterday and the day before, I'd be very reluctant to sort of chase this right now. So 15-minute, 5-minute charts, even if you get down to the 5, if we just look at that quick, you'll see really messy. But in this scenario, so long as the moving averages are below the 155 and you're looking for the level, you're looking for a level to reject, so you're looking to sell off a level. And you can see how many times we came back up to this area, 32,590 area. So yeah, that's kind of my view at the moment. Really cautious. For all intents and purposes, it is down to sideways. You can see we're basically ranging about here before dropping below the range after hours. So I'd be very, very cautious here. Not really want to chase this any further. Wait and see what transpires, because the bulls are going to start coming in. And the other thing you've got to ask yourself is the Feds are also going to start doing something. And one of the biggest fears, which is the supply chain, which is affecting all of us at the moment. I think there's a lot of local companies that are starting to, or not starting, but that have started quite a while ago to put measures in place. And the longer China keeps their factories shut and keeps their cities in lockdown, making it extremely difficult to produce goods, it just put more and more pressure on the supply chain. So yeah, I think we'll have to wait and see. I see cracks. That's all I say. I see there's cracks in the downward move, and I'm a bit cautious. And these markets aren't designed to fall; they're designed to rise. So I'm really cautious of just chasing it. For as far as I'm concerned, any fall in the market is really just an opportunity to buy back in to stocks, buy back into the market, and that's my attitude anyway. Okay, so yeah, really cautious, not looking to be long, still looking to be short, but short off structure, unlike yesterday where there wasn't much structure. Looking to be short in this area. If we can get the top there, reject it, another move down. Tight stop losses, small position sizes, and we'll wait and see what transpires from there. Anyway, hope it helps, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Cheers for now.